as we have talked about Bitcoin above $68,000, but just a tiny bit. Now the question is, as I said, where are we going next? Are we ready for the next leg up? Are we gonna go down to 58, 56, whatever that is? We've been discussing back and forth on Discord, but it is the time to really talk about it and look at the charts. Guys, if you are here, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, bringing you trading alpha every single day. And leave me a comment. Let me know if you're here. I really want to see. If you're watching on Twitter, come to YouTube. Subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment. That's what we do. That's why we are here for. So let's jump into it. So first of all, I want to talk about if you look, it's not going to be a long show. It's actually going to be a pretty short one, but I want to do these regulars, and I think I'm overthinking these things because it takes time. You know, it takes time to start doing this. It takes time to prep and whatnot, and I'm just, it's just, So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to wing them. I'm not going to worry about if it's not perfect. I'm going to share my thoughts. I'm just going to let you know how it is, and I'm not going to stop time. I'm not gonna let time stop me doing these. So, yo, new people in the house. I haven't seen you guys on the live yet. Vic S.K. Murray, welcome here. 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗧, welcome. We've got 30 people watching. Smash that like button. If you're watching on Twitter here, come to YouTube. All right, so here is the thing. If you follow my content on Twitter, you know that I have gotten in long. And yesterday we have talked about on the show, or the day before yesterday, I said that I believe we are going to go and start reaching for the $68,000 region. The reason why I said that around down here when I made the tweet around 63,000 is because we have arrived to a major 4-hour point of interest. We had a liquidity raid, meaning we took liquidity from here, and from there we showed a strong 15-minute market structure shift. You can see it here. And then we retrace to the 50%. Now, we have talked about all this in the previous show. If you have missed it, go check it. 𝗷𝗢𝗡𝗘, also new. Hello, girls. Hello. Heidi, hello. Dre, hello. Nice to see you people. It feels good, guys. It's great. Great to see you guys. If you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me as well. If you leave a comment, I truly appreciate it. If you share it with your friends, I truly appreciate it as well. Someone already left a thumbs down. Well, that's what's up. I can give you this. Go. Okay, so then we had a market structure shift here. We had a retrace to the 50, and then from there we basically mooned. My problem was that we have not closed above the 68,000 region, and I have tweeted about this. Again, this is why it's important to also turn on notifications on my tweet, but I said, now everybody is getting bullish. Not happening just yet. We are in early, but we need to pay attention. If we don't close above 68,000, this is just a retest, and we are looking at 56 or even 52,000. The reason why I said that, and I still stand by that, by the way, is because we did not have a retrace on the daily. So if you look at the daily, we technically need to have a retrace on the daily, which would put us to around 55, 56,000 region. If you're not new here, you know that markets retrace 50%, and that's what we are looking at here as well. Now, the reason why I needed to see a close above 68,000, it is because of the, let me just put this up here. It is because of the 4-hour point of interest and the 4-hour OB up here. So this was the decision point at 68,185. We should have closed above there. And although we had a tiny big wick going above, that's still not enough. It's still not enough for us to show the strength. However, and this is where liquidity concepts come in, and this is why I think this is the alpha for today's show, and this is something that you can take away, is that if you look at, so liquidity is basically orders, right? So when you see, you can call this a flag, right? A lot of people call this a flag, but what really happens here is that a lot of people, let me draw it differently. A lot of people go short here, and then they put their stop loss here, and they go short here, they put their stop loss here, and then stop loss here, and that creates like a trend line, and we call that liquidity, limit orders, stop losses. So market makers know exactly that people are shorting. So for example, here the same thing. A lot of people going short here, putting their stop loss here. A lot of people shorting here, putting their stop loss again here. A lot of people going short, they put their stop loss here, and then they put their stop loss here and here. To the clear and obvious, so to say, resistance levels, they put their stop losses. And that kind of creates a trend line that you can call as a liquidity or a trend line liquidity. Now, the reason why this is interesting is because if we would have rejected from this level strong, and when I mean strong, I mean, for example, here you can see we retrace to the 50% on this level. Look at this. We retrace to the 50% and we reject hard. It's not maybe here. It's not maybe a rejection. It is a strong rejection. So we don't see that here, and that's very good. Why? Because we have created relative equal highs here. That means that we have created liquidity. Double top, people gonna scream double top and they'll say, okay, so now we're going lower and whatnot. And that's exactly what we want. We want people to believe that we are going lower. Guys, if you are here, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section if you're here. Let me know if you're new. Let me know if you like this content. It really means the world to me. Also, if you like the show, it helps. It helps the algo as well, so I appreciate it if you leave a comment and if you let me know that you're here. Now, what is interesting is because we have created a market structure, we have created a liquidity up here, I believe, and we have built up massive liquidity here, like the trend line liquidity that I've been talking about. Again, people short here, stop loss 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 here. A little bit of raid, taking this liquidity, then stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here. So that's exactly what we're seeing. And by creating this, so to say, double top, people will say, okay, so it's a double top. We have a top here, then we came to retest, and we start coming down. A lot of people are short, and that's when we want to go long. Why? Kyra. New. It's so great to see new people around here. We've grown on the channel. We are almost, where are we at? Let me look at it. We're almost, it's here. We are almost at, it's almost at 2,000 subscribers. Almost at 2,000 subscribers. So you guys, please subscribe to the channel. It's awesome. So what I wanted to say here is that the reason why I am bullish, I cannot be not bullish. Here is my point of interest, which is the 15-minute point of interest. This will be the level that we can potentially go to. However, because I see us building liquidity, I rather think that we are going to come to the 50%, touch onto potentially 64,500, and then move on. That's the level that I'm looking at. So my first point of interest. We can reverse from here as well. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we have a little bit of this, so to say, bleed down. So we need to see this bleeding down. Let me just look at this legend here. I wanted to bring Gustavo if we wanted to come up with him, but I don't know if I can bring him in. It's gonna be a short show. I have to go. But this is the OB that I'm looking at, 46,856. That's the first level that I think we should really be looking at. Again, you want to wait for a market structure shift, so you want to wait for a higher high on the lower time frame, a retest to the 50%, and then a move on. That's exactly what happened here, right? This is what I explained. So we're coming down, and then we create a higher high, basically, a market structure shift. Then we have a retest to the 50% level, and then we move on. That's exactly what we want to see here as well. So if you look at on the 1 hour, this is what you see. You had a high here. This is the 1 hour market structure shift as I marked it here. Now we are coming back for the pullback on the hourly. So we want to see the hourly pullback happen. And once that happens and we see a market structure shift on the lower time frame, then we can consider that as a strong signal for us to get in on long position. Now, I also tweeted that I am long. So I had a tweet saying I am long near. I actually said I long near and the WorldCoin. And then I made this whole thread about why I am going long near. So if you have seen this, then it makes a complete sense. However, if you have not, I want to explain it to you. Now, this is a perfect entry, not financial advice. Do your own research. You know, but if you want to take a trade and you're burning inside to take a trade, I think this is not a bad trade, especially if you take a spot. Now, what I adopted now, which is not the best thing, but what I adopted now is that I have manual stops. And And they can really fucking burn you. So I don't recommend it to anybody, but because we're in a bull market, if I assume that we are, guys, I see the likes going up. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. So if I assume that in the next 12 months, we are only going to see up only, and we have a little bit of corrections, then I think it's not a bad idea. I would never trade without a stop loss, but because I know I have capital to deploy and fill the margin, meaning I can keep the position alive, even if I go down, into minus, then there is basically no issue. So I would not recommend you do that. But someone asked, what is my stop? Well, my stop would probably be down here at around 6,258, but I don't have a stop there. Because I am able to keep the position alive. So the reason why I took this near long is because if you look at the daily chart, you will see that we have literally just retraced to the 50% and showed a bounce there. Look, so we came back to the 50. We actually touched onto this OB here, order block here. Last bearish bullish candle before a move up. So we literally just touched on here and then we showed a decent reaction. This could be considered as the 4-hour point of interest. We've shown a reaction there and we have not closed above. So here is the bad part about it. Here's the bad part. Craig is here in the house. Ice boy in the house. Guys, let me know if you're here. Come on, let me know if you are here. We had 80 people tuning in from Twitter. I realized that Twitter adds up the people. It's not like that is the current views. It's the total views. However, on YouTube, we have 20 something people watching, so that's awesome. So the reason why I'm bullish here is the same reason. We have not broken above the 4-hour. We have not broken, but we have created liquidity. Look at this. So we have created liquidity, and that means that this can be considered like a double top, and people will start shorting here, but that's exactly what we really want, because that's what's going to yield us nice results. So, and from here, what we see is we see a retracement to the 50% level, and then we see a move to the upside. Now, the move, again, just adds to that liquidity, adds to these relative equal highs. So people can say, oh, it's a triple top, we're going to go down. I think the exact opposite. I believe that we are going to see a push through here. This is why I took this long. So this looks very nice to me. There is liquidity laying here. So I do think that we have a possibility of going lower. I don't think we're going to close below 625, but this liquidity is probably going to be taken. Now we took all the liquidity from here, which is what we call the buy side liquidity, because everybody was shorting. So when you have your shorting stop loss hit, then it's a buy order. Therefore, this is called the buy side liquidity. We took it with the wick. That's not really ideal for us. But because we have not closed above here, I just consider this as liquidity creation as well and trapping retail. So we leave the liquidity below here. I believe that we can go down a little bit like this, wick through here potentially, and then start moving up. I do believe that this is a great buy also for leverage. But if you don't want to do that, take it as a spot position. And again, nothing I say is financial advice. But the next stop for me, because again, if you look at this, so we do have, let me look at it. So we do have, like if you zoom out very vaguely, but you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low, you have a higher high, you have a higher low, and then obviously the next stop is a higher high around $10. That's kind of what I'm looking at. One bam, 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 bam. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't think we are going to go much lower. But obviously anything can happen. So this is why I took this position. Where would I consider it as a losing trade? I would consider it as a losing trade if we close viciously below 5.6. But as I said, I have a manual stop, and that means that I'll just simply add to the position, because we can go down, I don't care, we can go down 50% as well. I can keep the position up if I want to. Obviously, I will consider closing the position and loss if we close viciously below here. But also, we will need to see what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin does not reverse between 64,800 and 62, then we have a problem, because then we probably, there is stuff to consider. Yo, Odin Gecko in the house. Craig, working on farming Sui. You are watching Gustavo. All right. So that's about near. That's what I think about near. I do have a position here, which is in minus currently. Which is in my, let me look at my positions. I don't like to show my account, but let's do this. So I still have an INJ long, and then I have the WorldCoin, and then I have the NEAR. This was up 2 grand just about half an hour ago when we had the pump here, but that's okay. Let's see WorldCoin. So with WorldCoin, same scenario. The WorldCoin looks much better than NEAR. What? Yeah, sorry. Talking about NEAR, right? And then, guys, let me know in the chat what you want me to look at. I'm gonna talk about WorldCoin now. Talk about Bitcoin. Talked about NEAR. We're gonna talk about WorldCoin. And if you want me to look at a coin, let me know now. I can look at it before I leave. So, WorldCoin. WorldCoin, I believe, is looking at NEAR coin. So NEAR. My only problem with NEAR is the following. It did not have a 50% retrace yet. So this leg did not have a 50% retracement. That means if we come back to this 7.3 region, we need to be very cautious. If here we show a rejection on the first on the 15 minute, then on the 1 hour, somebody's saying 7 minutes behind catching up on 2x. Andrew, what's up? Hey, yo, check Bowman. Let's check Bowman. Casper, please. We can do that as well. Kyle Reed. So if we get a rejection from 733 on the 15 minute or on the hour, that is a problem. That is a problem. That is going to be a problem. So we really need to pay attention to that level. Even if we start seeing a pump here, probably after liquidation. I don't think it's gonna be left here. So I think Asia are gonna do something like this, wick through, and then we're gonna move on. Something like this is what I can imagine. But just to know that this level here at 733 is a potential reversal area. So watch out for that. WorldCoin. So WorldCoin looks very decent. Why? If you go into the 4 hour, you see it's all an efficient move. An efficient move. And that means, let me just delete this here. Let me just take these. How are you guys doing? What is happening? We've got 30 people watching, 100 people watching on Twitter. We got Beam, Sui. We can look at them. Okay, Sui. Let's go. So we've got so on the 4 hour, if you look at it, WorldCoin. The thing is that you have a very first of all, this completed the 50% retrace. So we have a pump, 50 retrace. Look at this. It literally comes back 50. It literally comes, if you look at it on the daily, it's easier to see. It literally comes back 50 on the daily and moves on. This is a textbook trade. This would have been a textbook trade, but as you know, I haven't been trading that much because of all the occupation with Banter, but this could have been a textbook trade. Why? We do have a massive liquidation here, then we have a market structure shift. From there, we have a 50% pullback here. You could have bought in on this liquidation and ride this whole wave up, which would have been 70%. So what I'm looking at is that I believe we have seen the low, the high, the higher low, the higher high, building massive liquidity, I'm going to talk about it in a second, and ready for another leg up. I'm targeting at least 12, 13, which is another 50% from here. So whether you're buying spot, whether you're buying leverage, this is what I am looking at. Now, why this is interesting right now? First off, we do have the order block down here, the 1 hour and 4 hour and daily OB, very, 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 very strong, not OB, sorry, point of interest and order block as well. Down here that gets touched. From there, we do see a 4 hour reaction. The only problem here again is that it did not come up 50%. So this level here, 8.69, is a potential rejection area. This is what we gotta pay attention to. If we get there, if we see a 1 hour low, we gotta sell our position or get out partially at least. So but from there, if you look at the hourly or the 15 minute, you see a very strong market structure shift. Look at this again. It's just insanely good. Look, so we do have a little bit of push up here. We have a massive, massive push down. We close below here. I'm gonna do a video on what market structure shift is and how to do that and all that. No, that's not even a market structure shift. That's a market structure break below here. And then we do get a very strong market structure shift, a push up here, a push, bam. And then what happens? We come back 50%. Look at it. Literally comes back 50%. Retest the OB down here. Retest, it's so accurate. Look at this. retests the OB and then moves on. Creates the 4-pointer structure that I'm usually talking about. 1, 2, 3. So we get 1, 2, 3. Then we have to get in on the 4th one. And this was the 4th leg down. The only problem is that we haven't shown a reaction on the 15-minute. We have seen a market structure shift. No, we have not seen a market structure shift on a 5-minute either. Yes, so that might not have been the best entry. But we are building massive, massive liquidity. So if you look at this up here is becoming a pool, especially if you consider this. So like, I can't really draw it properly, but this would be what I'm looking at. This here is becoming a pool. My only problem with this is that it's literally building liquidity below a bearish order block, and that means that we can have a decent push. Sure rejection here. We have to get out on the retrace if this plays out. Otherwise, what can happen as well is that we just start pushing. On this, I am bullish on extremely bullish. I think we should not close below 738. And the next point of interest, definitely 8.62 and a little bit above. But then if you look at this, it is creating massive, massive liquidity. So it comes down very, very nicely. Again, you can call this as a flag formation. And just so you know, like this happened, this pump, this 60% pump literally happened within 10 hours. So I would not be surprised to see a candle like that or a pump like that after a consolidation area, accumulation area like this. Then you have a little liquidation, and then I would not be surprised to see something like this. All right, I have to go very, very soon. Let's look at some coins you guys said. Guys, if you are watching on Twitter, come to YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Let's do that. Someone is saying 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗧. Let's look at 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗧. By the way, guys, I use Blofin. If you want to use Blofin, non-KYC, non-custodial, very, very, very fucking cool platform. There is a link in the description. They are not a sponsors. I just use them. Non-KYC, non-custodial, I mean they don't keep your funds. You can't get hacked if the exchange goes bankrupt. Your crypto is safe. It's very good. Blofin. So 𝗕𝗢𝗡, here's the thing. I don't buy anything here. WorldCoin and NEAR look very good. This is why I got in. But anything else, I'm waiting for a retest. I'm waiting for a retest. 𝗕𝗢𝗡, I'm waiting for a retest at about 13 cents. That's what I'm waiting for. Then on, it looks good. So we're saying Bowman. I wouldn't touch it. I was in very early, actually. I made pretty decent profits. But I sold. I sold most of it at 20, somewhere here, 20, no, somewhere 23, somewhere around here. Yeah. I would not touch it. I don't know. It's just, it's you know, it's a meme. I don't know who pumped this or not. It got it listed on the exchanges, massive liquidity building up on the bottom. You might get caught. I think there are much better opportunities. I would not touch it. So we're saying Sui. Gustavo is very bullish Sui, so that's a good sign. Oh yeah, so I saw this chart today. My problem with Sui was that it is taking liquidity from the buy side, and it left all this liquidity from this. Look at this, like it's just. That's it. This got here liquidated here, so that's good. Yeah, but still, this I don't like. This I don't like. This tells me that there is something cooking. If we don't close below 1.5, I mean, it looks good. I would wait for a 50% retrace. I will not play Sui. I know I'm gonna miss out. I understand. It's great. I'm still not gonna do it. 172 would be my buying area. If it comes down 172, I would be interested in buying. Yeah. So we're saying Beam. Two seconds, guys. All right, so Beam. Building up liquidity. We have completed the 50% retrace, so that's good. Retested the bottom of that range and have created a 1 hour market structure shift here. Again, 50% retrace would be great. 50% retrace would be decent, down to 32, 0.32 to 3.2 cents, and then move on from there. Full buying yesterday is just a lower high, still more downside to come. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Okay, let's look at RNDR, and then I have to go, guys. I just wanted to update you on my thoughts. I think this is just fair. RNV are massive liquidity. Massive liquidity. I think it will come lower. Everything depends on how the market will hold. I think this will come lower. I think this will come lower. Technically it could hold, but this is the high. I think, let's look at it if it completed the 50 at all. No, it probably will take this liquidity, come down 9.4, 9.5 would be my buying area. That would be an interesting area. Let me look at what do you think about flow. I'm gonna look at flow. Nice music, hey? Okay, same thing. I like these liquidity grabs. So if you look at this, I like this. Liquidity grab, liquidity grab, liquidity grab, 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 and then dump. Then from there we have relatively cool highs coming back nicely. It is a nice 4 hour, 1 hour, and probably daily point of interest, which is very interesting. It is building up massive liquidity. I think this can be very interesting. I would wait for the 50% retrace, see a lower time frame reaction. Once you get that, you can get in here or wait for the retrace to 50 and then move in. Looks interesting. Overall, just wanna let you know. So what I believe again is that we are going to see Bitcoin come down to the 64.8 region. If we can hold above 62,000, I think we are going to see new all-time highs this week or possibly next week, or weekend pump, you know. But then be cautious. Then be cautious. So we got still building up liquidity for this OB up here, which can still be a problem for us. 71, 72,000. So be cautious. Be cautious. So we're saying MSB, that's market structure break, and that's basically a break off structure and continuation of the trend. Haiti says, thank you, you're welcome. Rui says, okay, that's great. Beam, we have looked at it. Guys, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you being here. We are going to do this. We're bringing you something freaking crazy as well. We're gonna have a continuous live show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then a Sunday show as well. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, eh? Take care, guys. Well, that's not the one that I wanted to play, but still looks good. Take care.